Welcome to VAR India News Hour. Omicron to disrupt the employees' return to office plans. The coronavirus pandemic has sped up a transition into more flexible and diverse working hours around the world, opening up ways of working that were unthinkable just a few years ago. With the growing concerns of Omicron variant of the virus, companies are struggling to understand how the variant is going to impact the employees to start traveling to office, and they are reviewing to consider different permanent work models for their employees as the coronavirus pandemic and the spread of the Omicron variant destabilize their latest return to office plans. Countries moved swiftly this week to impose bans or tougher testing rules on travel after the Omicron variant was first uncovered in southern Africa. The World Health Organization said as more countries reported cases, the new COVID-19 variant carries a very high global risk of surges. Scientists have said it could take weeks to understand its severity, although early indications were that most cases were mild. The prospect of a fast-spreading variant has raised fears of a return of the sort of restrictions that shut down a swath of industries in 2020. Alphabet Inc.'s Google was indefinitely delaying its return to office plan around the world. Google in August had said it would expect workers to come in about 3 days a week from January 10th at the earliest, ending its voluntary work from home policy. Google was one of the first companies to ask its employees to work from home during the pandemic. It has about 85 offices across nearly 60 countries. COVID has accelerated digitization of all aspects of businesses and life. Enterprises have learned to work remotely and increased their use of tech, and people have learned to consume everything digitally, even sectors like education, healthcare, and of course, financial and work transactions. At the same time, there is serious concerns on the worsened problems that have long existed with the doctors and nursing profession, that is in particular widespread stress and burnout, health and safety issues, depression and work-related post-traumatic stress disorders, and even increased risk of suicides. Doctors and nurses are leaving the medical field at a faster rate than are replaced, which is leading to further strain on our healthcare system. Now, the question is, how can our remaining healthcare professionals be supported and be allowed more face-to-face time with their patients? Secondly, how can paperwork be removed from these healthcare professionals, doctors, in order for them to not only provide better care but allow them to maintain a better work or life balance? With this, there will be a growing issue of physician shortage in our healthcare system and the ways in which it can be addressed. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. Twitter removed another 3,000 state-backed accounts linked to 6 countries. Twitter disclosed an additional 3,465 accounts to the archive of state-linked information operations, the only one of its kind in the industry. 2,000 banned accounts were linked to Chinese Communist Party narratives related to the treatment of Uyghurs in Xinjiang. Twitter said in its blog post that the accounts that have been removed include 8 distinct operations that can be attributed to China, Mexico, Russia, Tanzania, Uganda, and Venezuela. Every account and piece of content associated with these operations has been permanently removed from the service, Twitter said. Bank Employees Association to fight against government to privatize public sector banks. The United Forum of Bank Unions, an umbrella body of 9 unions, has called for a 2-day strike on December 16th and 17th to protest against the proposed privatization of 2 state-owned lenders. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced the privatization of 2 public sector banks as part of its disinvestment plan. The government has already privatized IDBI Bank by selling its majority stake in the lender to LIC in 2019 and merged 14 public sector banks in the past 4 years. Starlink to apply for commercial license in India by January 31st of 2022. Elon Musk-controlled Starlink will soon start providing internet services in India. The company will apply for a commercial license in India to provide broadband internet services to the users in India. The announcement comes days after the Department of Telecommunications, Ministry of Communications, Government of India warned Starlink to get the necessary permission that is required to offer satellite-based internet services in the country. Sanjay Bhargava, Starlink country director, said on its plan of rolling out the internet services in India in his LinkedIn post. We hope to have applied for a commercial license on or before 31st of January 2022 unless we hit some major roadblock, and plans to install 2 lakh devices in India by December 2022. CureFit raises $145 million at a valuation of $1.5 billion. Fitness startup CureFit has raised $145 million in funding led by Zomato as per the regulatory filings. As part of the transaction, Zomato has also divested Fitso as announced by the food delivery startup during the quarterly earnings. Zomato infused $100 million as part of its broader strategy to invest $1 billion in young firms. The round, which saw participation from CureFit's co-founder Mukesh Bansal among others, with this CureFit's valuation now stands at about $1.5 billion, up from $800 million in March 2020. Tech Mahindra acquires Activus Connect for Rs 466 crores. Tech Mahindra has acquired 100% stake in Activus Connect, which provides work-at-home consumer experience management solutions for $62 million, that is about Rs 466 crores. The US-based Activus Connect offers outsourced customer experience solutions and technology to support and elevate chat, email, phone, text, video, and social experiences. This acquisition will enable the customers of Tech Mahindra to rapidly scale and operate by leveraging the work-at-home model. That's it for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to Var India News Magazine. You can download the Var India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.